Welcome to the Tech Today podcast. It's your host, John Mayetta. So we published this last night. Reliability is preventing agentic AI from wide adoption. That's the title of the article, as you see here. And look, we're an advocate of agentic AI. I can foresee use cases. The one that jumps immediately to mind is around software development, around coding, both in terms of writing the code and as well as QCing the code. And I could see that being done at scale in the not too distant future. I think a number of companies are doing that in bits and pieces now. I think before you can operationalize agentic AI to where you can just hand over multiple discrete tasks that when strung together form a process, a complete workflow. Before you can do that, and frankly, in many cases, before you can even hand over a discrete task to agentic AI, accuracy needs to dramatically improve, right? Because there are some tasks that need to be executed with 100% accuracy. And this reminds me of back, I want to say it was late 1980s, and it may have been even earlier than that, when calculators, manual calculators, Texas Instruments was the big manufacturer, were how people ran calculations, right? Excel was new. Frankly, it was Lotus 1-2-3 that people were using. I was first trained on Lotus 1-2-3 insofar as spreadsheets are concerned. And people would hedge on using spreadsheets because every once in a blue moon, a calculation would be wrong. And I can't remember one. I can't remember how frequently that would be. I don't recall if it was a Six Sigma event. I should dig it out. But in any case, people would hedge. Users would hedge on moving completely over to Lotus 1-2-3 because they were afraid the spreadsheet would spit out an incorrect calc because those instances had been documented. And I feel like this is a very similar situation whereby, let's say you are booking an airline ticket, and let's just go into the article. So Anthropic released several short YouTube video demos around their computer use capability that was released with Claude 3.5 new. And Anthropic released a paper, which you see here, that kind of walks through accuracy of the agentic model. And one of the benchmarks is this Tau benchmark, in which various Claude models were in fact benchmarked on different customer scenarios. So if you see here, the bench evaluated the agentic model based on its ability to interact with simulated users and APIs in customer service scenarios. It includes tasks in retail and airline domains, testing the model's capacity to handle realistic multi-step customer service scenarios. Performance measured by this PAS-K metric, which measures the rate at which the agentic model got the workflow correct. And we ran, in this bench, they ran 8 trials. And you could see that for each of Anthropic's Claude models, the LLM scored, particularly with respect to Sonnet New, scored quite high when it was just one trial. Right? But even that's not 100%. And in many workflows, you're going to need 100% accuracy before a CEO or CFO is going to write a check to deploy agentic AI across the enterprise from any vendor. And then you can see, this chart sort of trending in the wrong direction, as we go out the models fail to scale. Right? It's almost like reverse scaling. We're on 2 trials, the rate of accuracy drops. 3 trials drops further. 4th trial. So by the time we get out to the 8th trial, even in the case of the new model, the Claude 3.5 Sonnet New, we're at some number that's around 40% accuracy. Now think about I could think about technology companies, fintech guys that play in the investment management space as an example, that execute the same tasks thousands of times in a day. So if you're at 40% accuracy on 8 trials, where are you going to be at 50, at 100, at 1,000, at 10,000? And so until we get there, you're going to see companies be very slow to adopt. Many companies be very slow to adopt agentic AI, and it's unfortunate because there will be opportunities within the enterprise where agentic AI could add value today or in the very near term, but those opportunities won't be capitalized upon because company execs just won't write the check. I'm telling you, word travels fast. And if one CEO talks to another, particularly I'm thinking about, when CEOs chat who have a customer-vendor relationship, and they chat about things such as AI that, people, users across industries are experimenting with, and they share feedback. And if company X says, we played with agentic AI, reliability was poor, company Y won't kick the tires once the CEO, in most cases, hears that feedback. It's going to be years before you see wide adoption across industries, across use cases as it relates to agentic AI. That's all for now. See you next time.